Yo! Spider-Man, baby! What's up, guys? Fears. Audience. Fears. What's up, guys? Got my Spider-Man shirt on. Happy Sunday. Coffee first. In my Batman mug. I should have had the Spider-Man mug to match this, but I was feeling both, which is alright, because I like Spider-Man, and I like Batman. Some pretty good coffee. I hope you guys had a great Sunday. I had a pretty good Sunday. I got up, went to church, had a great live, the night before, hanging out with everybody. Did a surprise Lego build last night. I did the little present, whether you want to call it a birthday present or a Christmas present, whatever. I finally finished the Warriors last night, and man, Visions, it was awesome. I finally finished it. So last night I watched this, and I watched this last night. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. No. I watched this last night. So these two last night, and then today I watched Vacancy, and I watched Too Fast, Too Furious, the second one. So those are going to be the movies that I'm going to be reviewing today, my friends. So then after I finished this last night, I went to bed, I woke up, I went to church. Church was pretty good. Got home, I had some lunch, I had some soup and a salad for lunch. Then I went to the post office. I'm sorry, I did not go to the post office. It's closed. I'm sorry. I went to the grocery store. Excuse me. I went to the grocery store, got some things I needed. I had lunch with a church friend right after church. I'm doing them out of order. So right after church, I had lunch with a friend from church. Then I got home. I'm fucking losing. I'm so goddamn tired. Hilarious. So, let me start this over. I got up. I know what the fuck I did. I got up. I went to church. I had lunch. And I had a soup and salad at lunch. Hilarious. Then I got home, went to Walmart, bought groceries. Then I went to Goodwill, and I got rid of a lot of clothes and stuff that I didn't need. And then I checked the movies, and they were slacking. Zero Blu-rays. There you are. And then I came home, I took a nap, I watched those other two movies, and then here we are. So yeah. Damn, I'm tired. I was like, you know what the fuck you did, Fears. Just get it out. I was like, I'm trying to get it out. Anyway, that was my Sunday. But I hope you guys had a great Sunday. I got to go to work tonight at 4 o'clock. So yeah, I have to go in a couple minutes early. We have a team meeting tonight, according to my boss. So I don't know what the team meeting's about. Probably to tell us that that we have oh no, I don't go in. Wait a minute. I don't go into work tonight because tomorrow is hang on, let me check my calendar. I'm tripping. Hang on. Wait a minute. Let me look at my calendar. Hang on. I'm tripping. I did not go into work. I almost drove up there. I have Memorial Day off. So I go back to work on Tuesday. Or, well, Monday night going into Tuesday. So I have a 3-day weekend. Damn. I almost went up to work. No one would have been there. Oh, man. I'm glad I caught that because I was about to tell you guys, hey, Memorial Day and da-da-da-da-da, and then I went, wait a minute, Memorial Day. Well, speaking of Memorial Day, that's how tired I am, so I'm sorry for all the fuck-ups. speaking of Memorial Day, I'm gonna do a big Memorial Day live stream tomorrow to honor the all the veterans and my dad. I may go to Disney tomorrow. You know, get a little footage because I've got nothing to do. I'm thinking about it. Maybe not a whole day. Maybe go to Disney about half. But yeah, because I don't want to waste it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, Memorial Day is tomorrow. And then the next big holiday is, forgive me, I'm a little tired. The next big holiday, I don't know what it is. It says Flag Day on my digital calendar. I don't know really what that day is about. That's kind of a minor holiday. I'll have to figure out what Flag Day is. But the next big holiday is Father's Day. So if you guys have not bought your dad a gift, you haven't bought your dad a card or something like that, buy him a card. I already bought him a card. I haven't sent it out yet, but I'm going to send it out soon. And then my mom's birthday is coming up. My mom's birthday is July 1st. So, if you want to send my mom a birthday card, send it in fan mail. I'll make sure my mom gets it. And I haven't bought my mom a birthday card yet, but I'm going to buy her a birthday card and then some type of gift. You know, sometimes it's easy to buy stuff for my mom because she likes, you know, a few things. But then sometimes it's hard because I'm like, I've already bought her this. I've already bought her that. I want to get her something better. So it's a balancing act. Sometimes it's easy to buy a present for my mom. Sometimes it's not. So, because I'm like, well, she's already got that. I bought her that last year. Let me think of something new. Because I want to get my mom a really good gift, you know. Because she's my mom. So, yeah. Anyway. That's so awesome I don't have to go into work. Because, see, I'm so used to saying, hey, it's Sunday night going into Monday morning. Oh, I got to be at work at 3. I got to be at work at 4. That's why I said that. And then I was like, wait a minute, I'm fucking tripping. It's Memorial Day tomorrow. So I was like, 3-day weekend, baby. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I don't even think the security depot gave me Memorial Day off. I know we got the security depot. I think we got Christmas Eve off. We got Christmas Day off. And I think Thanksgiving. And that was it. But hell yeah. We don't get every single, like, I didn't get St. Patrick's Day off. I didn't get, I think, like, the major ones that we get at FedEx, we get Christmas. My boss was just nice, and he let me have Christmas Eve off. Some people had to work Christmas Eve. The last 2 years, I've gotten Christmas Eve off and Christmas Day off, and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. So, the main ones that we get, if my boss is nice this year, hopefully he'll give me Christmas Eve off. I already know I get Christmas Day off. We get New Year's off. We get Thanksgiving off. Memorial Day. Veterans Day. The 4th of July. And I think that's it. Oh, and then let's see. What day does Easter land on? Easter. Because Easter just passed. Hang on. I should know this. Hang on. Easter. Oh, Easter's on a Sunday, so I already got that off because I have Saturdays and Sundays off. So yeah. I think so. We don't get Halloween off. We don't get St. Patrick's Day off. We don't get Valentine's Day off and all the little, kind of crap like that, but we get a lot off. So that's nice. But yeah. But I apologize for my tiredness. I took a nap. I got home. I took a nap. I woke up. And I was like, oh shit, it's getting pretty late. I probably should do my stream. So Fierce is trying to wake up here. So I apologize for all the goof ups. Anyway. That's why I made a fresh batch of coffee. Oh, without my coffee, I'd be useless. Anyway. So that's all what's coming up soon. So, I may film in the vlog, me buying my mom's gift. I don't know if I'll show it on camera, because my mom does She hardly watches the streams. Every once in a while, if I tell her, hey, Mom, this was a legendary stream, watch this. Sometimes she watches the vlogs, because when I talked to her a few days ago, she's like, oh, you're finally getting caught up on all your vlogs. And I said, yeah. I said, we're getting there. I said, I got about 6 or 7 left. I said, I've been working hard to get up the old shit so I can focus on the new shit. She's like, oh, you're so close. I was like, I said, I'm getting there. I'm definitely getting there. So I have to be careful what I film in the vlog, because you never know when my mom or my brother, so like around Christmas time, I just tell you guys, whenever I'm vlogging around Christmas, I'll be like, hey, I'm going to the mall and I'm going to shop for my family in one of these stores. Because then if my brother or my mom watches it, they're like, oh, well, yeah, he's at the mall, so I don't know what store, but it's one of them, because I don't want to ruin the holiday, you know? So, yeah. All right, let's open up the chat. I'm starting to wake up here. So, yeah. I wrote a whole bunch of topics. I don't know if we'll get through all of them. Whatever we don't get through, I'll just do tomorrow, because I am tired. I probably shouldn't have had a nap before the stream, but I was tired. So, anyway, today's topics are, we're going to review 4 movies. So, I watched this and this last night, and then we're going to be reviewing Vacancy, which is a really good horror movie, and then Too Fast, Too Furious today. So I watched these 2 today, and these 2 last night. Then I'm gonna read you guys 10 things you didn't know about Little House on the Prairie, and then we're gonna do a top 10 list, and then if there's time, we'll get on some deep questions. I don't know, I may be too tired for that, but we'll see. We'll see how long I can get through it. And then, so the next, before I open up the chat, the next type of thumbnails I'm going to do, I guess, would be after Memorial Day. It would be probably Father's Day. If I can figure out what Flag Day is on the 14th of June, then I'll do that. But I don't know what Flag Day is, so I'll have to look it up and read about it. If it's appropriate, because I don't know what that is. I'll have to look. But yeah. So it'll be one of those 2. And then for July 1st, I'll probably put a picture of me and my mom up, for her birthday. But I am kind of afraid to do that, because if I put up a picture, that's why I was going to put up a picture of my dad tomorrow for Memorial Day for the thumbnail. But I thought, if a troll grabs that and does something disgusting to a picture of my dad's grave, then I'm going to be really pissed off. So I was like, probably shouldn't do that. And then I thought, oh, well, I'll put a picture of my mom up, for the thumbnail for her birthday. But I was like, I don't want anyone taking photos of my mom and my dad and making crazy-ass memes. So I was like, I'll probably just put, like, a birthday symbol up. Like, maybe a birthday cake, or something for, like, my mom's birthday for that stream. Because, you don't want anything bad to happen to your family. People making crazy memes up. Anyway. Alright, let's open up the chat. Oh, God, here it is. Birthday symbol up. Oh, man. Fucking hell. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh. Yo! Vision, what's up, Visions? He says, hey, Fierce, maybe you have dementia. Oh, God, I hope not. I doubt it, Visions. I'm just so fucking tired. I knew what I wanted to say. I just fucking couldn't get it out. I was like, I know what the fuck I did today. Anyway. But no. Yeah. Russ says, oh no, I hope it's not a tumor. It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor at all. Great quote, Russ, from, oh shit, what is it? Oh, Kindergarten Cop. It might be a tumor, no, one of the kids says, what's wrong? He's like, I have a headache. And then he's like, it might be a tumor. He goes, it's not a tumor. It's not a tumor at all. So yeah, there it is. Yo, what's up, Nancy? Nancy says, hi, Fierce. I went to the church I grew up in, seen people I haven't seen in years. It was nice. Well, that's nice, Nancy. That sounds like a really nice Sunday. So I'm glad that you had fun. I'm glad that you got to worship with a bunch of friends and family that you haven't seen in years. That's pretty awesome. Pretty cool. Nancy says, hello, Visions. Vision says, well, hiya, Nancy. Russ says, What about a lap dance? You know, a lap dance would be nice right about now, Russ. But there you are. Yo, Daniela, good to see you again. I haven't seen you in a little while. Good to see you. She says hi. She goes, don't worry. It's the thought that counts. I'm sure she'll like whatever you give her. Yeah, but the thing is I don't want to keep giving her the same crap, you know, Danielle. I want to get her a really nice gift because she's my mom. Because my mom loves birthday cards. She loves birthday cards. She loves anything to do with England. So Princess Diana, the Queen Elizabeth, Prince Charles, teapots, because she's from there. And I just keep getting sick and tired of buying that crap because I'm like, Mom, you've already got a million types of teapots. You got a million shit that has to do with England stuff. So I try to find different things to get her that she'll like new things. Like one time I asked her size. I bought her a nice dress, you know, so I got her that. One year I got her she likes art, so I got her a painting set, you know, and she painted. So I try to get her like new stuff, but I got some ideas. Russ says, "What's your favorite Subway sub?" Ooh, that's hard. I don't know if you can hear it, Russ. Can you guys? It's been raining all fucking day. The only time it didn't rain on the way to church, and it didn't rain when I went out for lunch with my buddy and his family. But right when I got home after having lunch with a church friend, it's been pouring down from then. So that was like, I don't know, around 1:30 in the afternoon. And now it's 8:50 and it's fucking chucking it out there. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but yeah. All right, favorite sub. Russ, I got to go with, I like the cold cut combo, and that's got, oh God, it's been so long since I've got the cold cut combo. It's got, I think it's got 3 meats on it. It's got pepperoni, salami, and I want to say ham or turkey. I can't remember. But the cold cut combo is pretty good. You get some chips with it, and then you get whatever drink. And normally I either get Coca-Cola or I get Sprite. One of those two, because those are 2 of my favorites. And if I don't get the cold cut combo, then I get a combo of turkey and ham, because I like turkey, ham, and salami. Those are like 3 of my favorite meats. So if I don't get the turkey and ham, then I get the cold cut combo. But if I had to pick one, I'm trying to go through the menu right now in my head because I haven't been there in quite a while, but I know almost everything off of Subway's menu. That's hard. I'm going to go with the cold cut combo because that was my first go-to thing. Cold cut combo. If I could only have one, cold cut combo. Yo, Lantern! Lantern says, yo, shout out to the chat. Howdy, chat, everyone. Howdy, Visions. All right now, Visions. Howdy, Russ. Howdy, Nancy. Howdy, Daniela. Vision says, oh, howdy, Lantern. Howdy, Mr. Lantern. Let's see. Daniela says, yeah, I've been busy taking my son to birthday parties and talent shows. Oh, that's right, Daniela. You told me. You told me your son had a, because me and Daniela are good friends, you guys. You told me you took your son to a talent show. How did he do? I hope he did a really good job in the talent show. That's awesome. Daniela says, by the way, he says, thank you for the birthday wishes and good luck on the talent show. Well, the last time we chatted, Danielle, I said, oh, well, hey, tell him happy birthday. Tell him good luck in the talent show. Hell yeah. So, yeah. Daniela says, howdy, Mr. Lantern. Lantern says, coffee first. Oh, you missed that, Lantern. You missed that. That was ages ago because I've already been going streaming 19 minutes. I already had coffee first. It's always coffee first in my nice Batman mug. And then, if it gets hot enough, you can see the outline of Batman, which is really cool. So, yeah. Russ says, well, cold cut combo it is then. This is true. This is true. This is very true. Anyway, I'm going to call Lantern. See how his weekend's been going. We had an epic stream. Me and Lantern and Visions and Museum and Larry and Tokes was in there. We had a great stream. That was Wait, was that Thursday? Visions, was that Thursday night or Friday? Maybe I am getting dementia. I think you're right, Visions. No, it's Friday. It was Friday. Because the Thursday was the little one. So, yeah. Anyway, let's see. Danielle says, thanks, talent show is on Tuesday. Oh, so he hasn't done it yet. So you guys celebrated his birthday. So, happy birthday, little buddy. And then, so let me know how the talent show goes. I'm going to call Lantern real quick. He's either watching or he's sitting on the toilet shitting his ass off and watching the show. There you are. So, yeah. Yo! Yo! What's up, Lantern? Lantern, how you been?
Yeah, man. He's in Atlanta.
So, hey, how's your weekend been?
Yeah, how good?
Really good. Really restful because I slept a lot. Because Lantern, you saw how tired I was this week. Like I've been working a lot of hours. And the reason why is because I'm saving up. I'm saving up my money for whenever I go and visit my family. So yeah. So what? Did you go to church?
Yeah, did you?
I did. It was a nice service today. It was very nice. I got to chat with a bunch of people that I hadn't seen in a while. And then my friend invited me. He's like, hey, Fears, me and my family's going to go to lunch. You want to go? And I was like, you know what? I think I'll take you up on that offer. So me and you guys have seen him in the vlog. You know the guy that has the wife. His name is Jen, and the Matt. You know, the guy that I help. We always hide the eggs for the Easter. You know, the Easter egg hunt. You've seen it, Lantern.
Yeah.
Well, he's got kids, so it's Matt, Jen, which is his wife, and then he's got his three kids. So we all went and had some lunch. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Lantern, do you think I make a good Easter bunny?
Yeah.
I mean, I was hiding those eggs, man. I was hiding those eggs. I do a pretty good job. The thing is outside my church, it's a very small, it's a very small area. So there's only so many places that you can hide eggs, you know? I wish they would let us put some eggs on the side, but there's a major, well, it's not a major road, but it is a road. They don't want kids near the road, which I can appreciate, like you don't want kids near a road. But there's like here's the front of our church, right? And then there's grass right here, and then the road is like right there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyway, Lantern, what are you watching?
Another live stream.
You're watching 2 live streams at once?
Yeah.
Why aren't you watching Fears? Just me. Are you serious, Lantern?
Yeah.
You're watching 2 lives?
Yeah, 2 live streams.
Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. I thought we were buddies. I thought we were pals.
Yeah.
Are we still buddies?
Yeah.
All right, you make sure next time, Lantern. I'll let it slide this time.
Yeah.
You make sure next time you're watching my live and only my live.
Yeah.
Can you guys believe this shit? I caught him. I caught you in the act. Lantern, you fucking prankster, you.
Yeah.
You are. Lantern, you are a good prankster, I must say.
Yeah.
Lantern, I'm not trying to troll you. I'm going to ask you a legit question, all right? And I want you to be honest with me. Because I'm sure Visions wants to know this answer too.
Yeah.
So you love pranking Jeremy and you love getting him mad, right?
Yeah.
Why do you like to do that? Because you guys are buddies. You guys are pals.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want an answer because I'm sure Visions is curious. Because he's part of the 3 amigos. It's me, Lantern, and Visions. So why do you like to get Jeremy so mad?
I don't know.
No, come on. Tell me, come on.
Yeah.
Do you think it's funny? Is it like? Would you say that?
No. Yep.
Is it yes?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, you guys are buddies though.
Yep.
I'm sure Jeremy gets fed up of that.
Yep.
Anyway. All right, buddy. Well, I'll let you go. Well, enjoy your 2 lives.
Okay.
Unbelievable. But be honest. Which live do you like better out of those 2 lives? Mine or the other guys?
Y'all.
There you go. All right, buddy. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Hey, Lantern. Damn.
Damn.
Pew.
Ew.
All right, I'll see you later, buddy. Hi. Oh, Lantern. What are we going to do with you? Well, there you go, Visions. I was trying to get more out of him. I was like, because he loves to piss off Jeremy. I mean, something crazy. And Jeremy gets mad. I mean, he gets really mad. Anyway. That was funny. That was really funny. All right, see, where did I leave off on? Mr. Lantern gave me a super chat donation. And then, let's see. Danielle says, no, his birthday is on October. I thought you guys already celebrated it, Danielle. Okay. Well, big news, guys. Soon, I'm going to have Daniela. She's my friend, and she's the author of a nice book. I've read a tiny bit of it, Daniela. I haven't read all of your book, but I'm going to be interviewing Danielle on my main channel soon. Daniela, it would have been sooner, but I ran out of stream time, so I'm waiting. Let's see, it's May 25th. I think they said I should get... Hang on, let me look at my calendar. I think they told me in an email that I should get some more stream time. It's either June 1st or June 2nd. I can't remember. So it's close. It's close. But yeah, I thought you guys already celebrated his birthday. So yeah. Now his birthday's in October. He is an October baby. I took him. Oh, that's what it was. You took your son to a birthday party. That's what I was getting mixed up on. I was like, oh, so it's his birthday. So I thought you meant it was your son's birthday. I'm sorry. My bad. I appreciate that. So, see how tired I am? I'm fucking tired. Oh, my Lord. I'm fucking tired. Danielle says, but we appreciate it. Thanks. Hey, no worries. No worries. All right, Visions. You ready to listen to this? I told Visions about this last night. So, while I was watching Warriors last night, that idiot troll called me, and he left a voice message. Visions, are you ready for this? I'm going to play it, because look, the idiot's tried to call twice now. So, check this out. Hopefully you can hear it. Check this out. Did you guys hear it? Hang on, let me turn up the volume. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but yeah. That was pretty hilarious. Oh, and look, here he is. The fucking moron's calling. Hey, guess what? Fuck you. I'm turning off my phone. Oh, fuck you. You couldn't get through. You piece of shit. There it is. So I thought that was funny. I guess he was trying to scare me. Like, Johnny, come out and play. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm going to go take a nap. But yeah, I thought it was funny. I thought it was really funny. Anyway, hopefully you guys could hear it. If you couldn't hear it, I apologize, but yeah. Oh, so you did. So you did hear it, Visions. Yeah, that is a weird scene. He's got some Coca-Cola bottles, the glass bottles on his fingers, and he's like, come out, Warriors, come out and play. And I was like, damn, this guy means business. So yeah. Couldn't hear nothing, though. Oh, okay. Well, it was basically his voice, Visions, of whoever that idiot troll is, and it was real scraggly, and he's like, Johnny, come out and play, like that. And I was like, is that supposed to scare me? Zero scared. I just started laughing. I was literally sitting on my couch right over there. And I was just, watching the movie. I paused the movie. That idiot called, and I was like, hello? And then I listened to the stupid voicemail. Johnny, come out and play. I was like, no, I'm good. Right after I watch this, and right after I watch this, I'm going to take a nap. Because in actuality, I watched this first. Because remember Visions? I sent you the video. I was like, I swear to God, I'm not going to fall asleep. I swear to God, I'm not going to fall asleep. So I watched this first. I sent Visions a video saying, all right, Visions, I'm almost done with this. Because when I sent you that video, there was maybe 10 minutes of this movie left. Which, by the way, this movie is really good if you guys have never seen it. And so I sent you the video. I said, I've got 10 minutes left of this. And then I'm starting this. And I was probably, I don't know, maybe about halfway through. I was at the part when the main warrior guy with the blonde hair, like the leader guy, is making out with the chick with the pink dress on in the subway, and he's like full on making out with her. And so right after he kisses her and he says, come on, we gotta go. And then they walk down the tracks or whatever. That's when that idiot called me. He's like, Johnny, come out and play. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good. So I thought it was funny. So good one, troll. Good one. But did he scare me? Zero scared. I was laughing. But whoever that is, you gotta get a life. Every day that motherfucker calls me. You would think after getting no responses, he would just move on with life. And he doesn't. Whoever you are, you really need to move on with life. It's okay. I have a life. You don't have a life. Get a life and move on. Move on. Quit calling me. Yeah, what's up, Casey? He says, hi, Mr. Lantern. Vision says, that's pretty funny, though. It was. It was funny. He's like, Johnny, come out and play. And then I heard clicking sounds in the background, Visions. I shit you not. And I was like, yeah, I get it. Warrior quote. I'm watching the Warriors. Very clever. Very clever. They think they're clever, but they're really not that clever, But that was kind of clever, but not intensified, clever, but a little clever. Nancy says, now that's timing. I'll give him that. It was kind of perfect timing. But yeah, there we are. It just sucks. He said it so low that you guys couldn't hear it. I turned up the volume all the way on my phone, and you guys still couldn't hear it. But I did my best. It was only 4 seconds. He literally said, Johnny, come out and play. And he extended the play. He was like, Johnny, come out and play. And I was like, dude, you're not scary, but you're fucking hilarious, whoever you are. So yeah. I'm sorry, not Nancy. Daniela says, hey, Fears, apparently your life is more interesting than that person than their own. LOL. Apparently, Daniela. And again, my life is not that interesting. I go to sleep. I have a nap before work. Get up. Go to work. Sometimes my shifts are between 5 hours and 8 hours. On a slow night, it'll be 5 hours. On a big night, it'll be 8 hours. I come home. I make breakfast. I take a shower. I take a nap. I get up. If I have errands to do, I do all my errands. Then I do a stream either in the late afternoon between 3 and 5, or sometimes like now, I'll do a late stream, and then I'll watch a few movies, and then I go off to bed. And then on the weekends, sometimes I'll splurge and go to Disney or, something cool. So yeah, it's not really that interesting, Daniela, but I would think your life is more interesting, Daniela, because you're a mom. You're a teacher's assistant, which I think is really cool, because a teacher is one of the most important jobs. So, guys, Daniela you're almost there. Daniela's going to be a teacher, which is fucking awesome. So she's a teacher's assistant, a teacher's aide right now. But you're on your way, Danielle. You are very smart. I've been your friend for quite a while. I know you're going to be a teacher, so I wish you luck. You know what? I'll do you one better. You don't need luck. I know you're going to be a teacher. Plus, I've seen your TikToks. Seems like you're a really good mom, because your son's not in all your TikToks, but he's in some. I can tell you're a good mom, so keep up the good work. And you wrote a book, so you're on your way. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, I cannot wait to do my research, read Daniela's book, and then interview her. Hell yeah. So that's going to be coming up soon, because I don't think I've ever interviewed a writer. I've interviewed actors on my main channel. I interviewed a film historian. You guys, my friend Brian, he used to work in LA, and he used to do records of film historian shit, and then I guess he said he got a better job, and I was like, I don't know. I'm like, that's a pretty cool fucking job. I'm like, I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't have quit that job. I'd be like, dude, you get to look at movies every single day, organize information about them. I would love to be a film historian, but I guess he got tired of it and he got something else. But Brian's like, hey, Fierce, can you still interview me? I was like, oh, hell yeah. I'm like, I'll still interview you. I'm like, that's an interesting job to have, And then, oh, that's right, Visions, that's right. So that's right. How could I forgot about Randy? Randy, I'm sorry. So, Danielle, you'll be my second writer that I've ever interviewed. So I interviewed Randall, my best friend, first. Randall, forgive me. I'm fucking tired. I'm sorry. And then, Danielle, you'll be the second writer. So, second writer I've ever interviewed. Because I have professionally interviewed Randall. And then I've done a bunch of little interviews with Randall, because Randall is my best friend. I've got two best friends. Randall, and then my buddy Eric in Missouri. Very good, Visions. See, I'm telling you, sometimes when Fears has a nap, sometimes when Fears has a nap, I'm really tired, like now, because I'm forgetting a lot of bullshit. Other times I'm fully restored, So yeah. Man, I can't believe that. So yeah. Danielle says, thank you, Fears, man. That means a lot. Hey, no worries. It's the truth. It's the truth, Danielle. I appreciate your support and your kind words. My son is watching, by the way, and is asking if you can say, hi, Miguel. What's up, Miguel? You got a cool mom. Yeah, dude. What's up, Miguel? Hell yeah. Well, I didn't know your son was watching, so I may have to sugarcoat this stream, because I don't want Miguel hearing me say naughty words and talking about crazy things like I usually do. So I'll try to make it PG as much as I can. So shout out to Daniela and Miguel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Miguel, I've read a little bit of Daniela's book. So she's on her way. She's a cool mom. She's wrote a book. And I know you're going to be a teacher. You're on your way. Hell yeah. But it was all true statements, Daniela. All right. Moving on. Let's see. Let's start with a movie review, shall we? Let me grab my book. Oh! And I'm going to start with The Warriors, because Visions, you've been waiting for this review for a while. I didn't mean to fall asleep. I think that's a record. Sometimes I fall asleep during movies, right? Sometimes I fall asleep during movies. And normally what I do is I'll fall asleep. I wake up. The credits are rolling. And I'm like, oh, damn. I need to rewind and watch the rest of the movie. Shit. So then I'll just say, all right, well, after work, I'll just pick up where I left off. Visions, the movie was not the problem. It was me working extra hours. They were killing me. I asked them last week, hey, if you got any extra hours, give me extra hours, because I want extra money, because I'm going to visit my family pretty soon, and I want some extra spending money. yeah, no worries, Fears. We'll give you some extra hours. So they did. They gave me some extra hours, and I was just fucking exhausted. So the movie was not boring. Not at all. It was just me fucking being fucking tired, like, really. Sorry, Danielle, I don't mean to curse. But Daniela says thank you. Hey, no worries. I meant it. I meant every word. No worries, Daniela. I was just extremely exhausted. So, yeah. So, but the Warriors, I'm going to give a big thumbs up. It was good. I definitely enjoyed it. So, check out this awesome review. So, if you got, Visions, anyone else, if you guys got any recommendations for any new movies? Yeah, I didn't get a chance to go to Barnes & Noble today because I've already got enough movies. And I just bought these two new movies. I just bought Captain America, Brave New World. But before you watch this, you have to watch... where is it? You have to watch this first. So, because this TV show comes before this. So, I'm going to watch... I think there's like 6 episodes in this. It's like a mini series. So, I'm going to watch this before I watch this. And then... So, I just bought that. And then I just bought Mickey 17. Actually, Yakvo recommended this before I stopped talking to him because Yakov drives me nuts. But even though me and him don't get along, I was like, I'm going to take his recommendation, and it came out. I saw it at Walmart, and I was like, I'll give it a go. So these are the 2 newest ones. So yeah. Plus, when I went to Goodwill today, I dropped off a lot of clothes, Visions. They are slacking. They are slacking. No, usually they have I almost cursed. I'm sorry. They have usually it's a massive shelf filled to the brim with Blu-rays. The past couple of weeks, there's been like a Blu-ray here, a Blu-ray there, and I either have them already or it's a Blu-ray where I'm like, that's crap, that's garbage. I don't want that one. So, yeah. Anyway. So, maybe next week. Anyway, let's get back to this, shall we? But yeah, I dropped off a bunch of clothes, and I was like, I'm looking, and I'm like, I've got that Blu-ray, and there was only 3 Blu-rays there, and all 3 of them I had. And there was Home Alone. I was like, well, I've already got Home Alone, and then what were the other 2? The Punisher, I already had that one, and then the third one was, I don't remember the third one, but it was all 3 of them I had, and I was like, well, I'm not going to get them because I've already got those guys. So, yeah. So, yeah, they were slacking. So, hopefully in about a week or 2, we'll see. We shall see. Because you know how it is, Visions. They'll get a shipment in, and then they're like, oh, yeah, like, we're fully stocked. And then all of a sudden 5 days will go by, and then they get completely hollowed out. Oh, yeah, we don't have anything yet. And I'm like, that sucks. So it just depends on what they get in. So, yeah. Daniela says thank you. Hey, not a problem. Not a problem. All right, The Warriors. Good movie. Good movie. Made in 1979. Oh, wait. Was it 78 or 79? 79, I was right. So, yeah. Let's see. Made in the 70s. The tail end of the 70s. Made in the 70s. I would say it's a sci-fi adventure film because I looked up information about it today because I was preparing for this review. It's a sci-fi adventure. It's not action adventure. It's sci-fi adventure because it takes place in the near future in a dystopian society where tons of gangs have took over New York. There's police, but the gangs outrun the police. Like, the police are trying to do their best, but it's just not good enough. So, yeah. So, it's not the super future. It's the near future in New York. And they actually shot it in New York. It gave me Escape from New York vibes, though, Visions. You know, when I'm watching, I was like, this is kind of, not all the way, kind of Escape from New York vibes. And I was like, there we go. So made in the 70s, dystopian world. I got Escape from New York vibes. I'm going to give it, I really did enjoy it. I'll be honest, though. There was not many, but there was a few. There was a few boring parts, not many. So, I'm going to give it a 9.6 out of 10. That's pretty good. So, 9.6 out of 10. I can't pick just 2 scenes because the movie was so good. I'm going to pick 3 scenes. My first favorite is when the guy's like, yo, mark the territory, motherfucker. And then the black guy's like, yeah, man, yeah. And he takes out some spray paint and he sprays a W to mark the territory. They're hiding out in the graveyard. Now, I don't like people desecrating graves unless it's Yakov's or Quentin's. Then you can desecrate it all you want. But anyone else, I just thought it was a cool scene because they're running away. They're like, oh shit, somebody just shot like the major gang leader. We gotta fucking hide. And then people blame it on the Warriors. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, we didn't shoot anybody. So they're like, oh, let's get the fuck out of here. So they're hiding out in the graveyard. And then the guy's like, yo, mark the territory. So that's my first favorite scene. So mark the territory. Plus that whole line of dialogue where they're like, well, what are we going to do? We got to make it home. And they're talking about all that in the graveyard. They're like, we got to go catch the train now. Mark the territory. So, yeah. Oh, I didn't know that, Danielle. I mean, oh, God, I'm so fucking tired. Not Danielle. Nancy, excuse me. Nancy says, dang, the Duck Dynasty dad died. That sucks, because I have the whole Duck Dynasty show over there, and I've already watched it all, and I already reviewed it for you guys, but it's right over there. Damn, that sucks. I did not know that. Did he pass away today, Nancy? Like on this very day? That's nuts. What's up, Larry? He says, well, howdy, y'all. What's up? Daniela says, well, howdy, Larry. And then he says, howdy. Shout out to Larry Tate 26. He does some amazing live streams. Whenever Lantern gets suspended, Larry picks up the slack and does a live. Good job, Larry. Good job. That's crazy that he died, man. The Duck Dynasty guy. Wow. Damn. Well, R.I.P. R.I.P. Oh, man. Rest in peace. Oh, man. All right, so let's see. The Warriors, I gave it a 9.6 out of 10. Made in the 70s, dystopian world. I'm going to put near future. It's not the way future, it's the near future. The not too distant future. Near future. I got Escape from New York vibes. The first one, Mark the Territory. The second one, probably when the two warriors are like, the two warrior guys' visions, you know, they're like, hey, man, we met up with all these hot chicks. And they're like, yeah, come on in. Let's party. Let's drink. Let's make out. And then they're like, oh, yeah, I like this. I like this. And then they think, oh, no, it's the three guys. Because one guy gets cut on his arm. And they have to, like, the guy grabs a little bandana and puts it around. So the three guys, they're in the gang, the Lilies. Oh, I'm sorry, not the Lizzies. The Lizzies, excuse me. The Lizzies. They're like, yeah, Warriors, we've heard about you. You guys are popular. Yeah, come on in. We got some booze. We're going to make out. Yeah. And so they're making out with all these hot chicks and going nuts and going ballistic. And then all of a sudden, the black warrior with the afro is like, something doesn't smell right. And he's all looking around. And then one chick locks the door. And he goes, yo, they're packing. And then a free-for-all Guns, knives start coming out. The Warriors are like dodging bullets. They're like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. And they're trying to kill the Warriors because the Lizzies think that they shot the main gang leader. And they're like, we didn't do it. Like, quit shooting us. And then they fucking haul ass out of there. One guy gets slashed on his arm by some Lizzie gang member. The black guy with the afro, the real dark black guy, because there's two guys with afros, the guy with the bandana around his head and all that, he hits the door and he breaks the door, glass goes over, and they go flying out. So that's my second. So I'm going to name this scene, The Lizzies Try to Kill the Warrior. The Lizzies try and kill the Warriors. And then, let's see. Vision says there was supposed to be a gay leather daddy gang with Kevin Bacon, but they cut it. Really? Wow. Well, Kevin Bacon is a good actor. His very first movie was he did a small role in what's that college movie? It's got John Belushi in it. What the hell is that movie called? Help me out. What's that movie? He did that one, which put him on that one kind of put him on the map, but Kevin Bacon's like breakout role, I would say, would be Tremors or Footloose. He did that college movie, then he did Friday the 13th, where he gets like an arrow stuck through his neck and he's the pot smoking guy. Animal House. Thank you, Nancy. I couldn't remember. So Animal House and Friday the 13th put him on the map a little bit, but I would say Tremors and Footloose really put him on the map. So yeah, I didn't know I didn't know he was supposed to be in that movie, Visions. So yeah, that's a good scene, Visions. I'm a zit. Get it? I love that movie. I just forgot the name of it. It's been a while since I've seen it. I'd say my two favorite scenes is right before the one that you just said, Visions. Like, the zit scene is good, but you hear a song like, I don't know much about science, that fucking song, and you just see, here's this tray, he starts going down, and he starts grabbing everything, puts it on his fucking tray. There's a mound of food, and then he looks at the girl, and there's a golf ball in the soup or whatever, because Otter was like playing golf, and it went through the fucking window and landed in the soup, and he takes the golf ball and eats it and like kind of winks at the girl. That scene's fucking hilarious. And then, I mean, I do like the zit scene. He's like, see if you can guess what I am now. And everyone's like, what? And he goes, like that? I'm a zit. Get it? And then the guy's like, all right, you bastard. You and me right now. And then a full-on food fight starts happening. That's pretty fucking hilarious. But my second scene out of Animal House, probably when Bluto has got the pencils up his nose, and he's like, Mr. Blutarski, 0.0. And he's got the fucking pencils like up his nose. That scene's pretty fucking hilarious too. That scene's pretty hilarious. Danielle says, I love Kevin Bacon in Footloose. Yeah, he's pretty good. The dance and everything. Well, that's a great scene too, Daniela, because before he runs in, he's like, yeah, let's dance. Remember the jock douchebag? He's messing with the guy with the cowboy hat that Kevin Bacon, he teaches him how to dance. And the guy's like, look, man, I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to take my lady to the dance. And the guy's like, oh, I don't think so. And then Kevin Bacon he's like, why don't you mind your own fucking business? And then those two guys, he beats the shit out of the bully. Leaves him in the parking lot, beat up to a fucking pulp. Excuse my language, but he does. And then he runs in, he's like, hey, he goes, I thought this was a party, let's dance! And then the fucking Footloose song starts going nuts, and then the iconic scene starts, my friends. So there you are. Anyway, Bacon as a biker, maybe Larry, the leather daddies were too far. I don't know. I had no idea that was a thing, Visions. I had no idea. There was a lot of bonus features, and they didn't say anything about Kevin Bacon. From here down is bonus features, and I didn't hear anything about Kevin Bacon supposed to be in this movie. But I believe it. I believe it. Visions knows more about this movie than I do. So, yeah. Anyway. So, yeah. That is pretty funny. Bukkake, I'll give you that. I'm not going to read it, but that is pretty funny. I'm not going to read it. All right, let's get back to this. So, The Warriors, 9.6 out of 10. It's the near future. It was made in the 70s. I got Escape from New York vibes, dystopian world. My first favorite scene is Mark the Territory. The second scene is the Lizzies try to kill the Warriors. My third one, it's probably the ending, Visions, where the guy that's like, Warriors, come out and play. I mean, that scene's good, but I like the scene where that guy's gang is on one side, the Warriors are on the other. They finally make it home. They're on the beach, and the guy's like, you're dead. He goes, you already know it, you're dead. He goes to shoot the main leader guy. He pulls a knife, chucks it. The knife goes into the fucking guy's hand. The gun goes in the air. He's holding on to his arm because he's got a fucking knife wound, like from here to here. And he's like this. Then that black gang shows up, and he's like, and then the white guy's like, we good here? And he's like, yeah. He goes, we know. He goes, we already found the guy that we're looking for. And then the black guy doesn't say anything. He just goes like that. The Warriors walk off into the distance, off into the sunset, and then they take care of the guy that tried to kill the main Warrior guy. So the ending's pretty badass. I'm gonna have to go with the ending. That's my third favorite scene. Because usually I only pick two favorite scenes, and I was like, I can't just pick those two. I'm like, the ending is epic. The knife into the arm, the black guy saying, yeah, we already found the guy that we're looking for. And he's like, we cool, man? He's like, yeah, you cool. And then he's like, not a word. He just goes, like, hey, Warriors, get the hell out of here. The Warriors are like, they give him a little nod. The Warriors walk off in the sunset, and then all the black guys crowd around that white guy and basically take the guy down that tried to kill the main leader of the Warriors. And I was like, that's pretty badass. I'm like, that's a pretty good ending scene. And then you hear some song come on. They walk off into the sunset. And it's a long ending shot. I watched it all the way until it faded out, Visions. It keeps going up. So all the credits are going up the page. And they just keep walking down the beach. And I'm like, is this going to end? And it went on forever and ever and ever. And then finally, it just faded out to blackness. And I was like, that's a pretty good ending. So I already had that one. I thought, all right, whenever I review it tomorrow, which is today, I said, I got to put that. So it was hard to pick just two scenes. That's why I picked my three favorite scenes. So the ending. The ending was good. And then the guy that dies in it, he's also in John Carpenter's, I don't know his name, Visions. The guy that dies, the guy that gets thrown on the train tracks and dies, that guy plays the character in John Carpenter's The Thing. He's on the radio. He's trying to get someone from the mainland, and then I forgot the guy's name, but the old guy comes in and he's like, anybody? He goes, nothing, man. He goes, nothing. He goes, what do you mean nothing? He goes, get somebody, get anybody. And he's like, look, man, he goes, I haven't been able to reach anyone in 2 weeks, and you want me to get somebody? He plays that fucking guy, the radio guy, he's got a big brown afro for a white guy. I mean, it was like out to here, and he's got his fucking black shades on and shit. And he's like, I haven't been able to reach anybody in 2 fucking weeks. That fucking guy. I don't remember his name because I haven't watched John Carpenter's The Thing in a while, but when I started watching Warriors Visions, I was like, oh shit, the guy that fucking dies in Warriors, he's the same fucking guy in John Carpenter's The Thing. And he actually did the Warriors first, and then he did John Carpenter. Because I looked up his IMDb page. If you look it up, he did Warriors first, and then he had a couple of guest appearances on some TV show, and then he did I think he did 1 or 2 movies in between that and the TV shows, and then he did John Carpenter's The Thing, and I was like, that's pretty badass. So the guy from John Carpenter's and you guys all know, Danielle, I don't know if you can, you're kind of new here. I mean, you're not super new. You've been here a few times. Danielle, you should know I'm a big fan of John Carpenter because he made one of my favorite movies. My 2 favorite movies ever. Ghostbusters and John Carpenter's classic Halloween with Michael Myers. 1978, baby. That's right. That's right. So, yeah. Let's see. Vision says, yeah, I guess John Walsh wrote that song just for the movie. Did he? I didn't know they wrote that song just for the movie. Are you talking about the one where they walk off into the distance, Visions? That's cool. It wasn't so much the song. I just like how they ended the movie. Like, you know, the guy literally deflects the bullet. He's like, oh, you're dead. You're dead. He goes, you already know you're dead. The guy, like, goes to point it at him. And he's got the knife. He's got, like, here's the knife in his back pocket. Takes out the knife, chucks it. It, like, lands in the guy's fucking arm. He walks up, takes the fucking knife out of the guy's arm. And I'm like, holy shit, this is so badass. And then he wipes the fucking knife off the guy's bandana. The guy's, like, kneeling down on the ground, like, holding his arm, like, ow, this fucking hurts. Then the black gang shows up, and then the white guy's like, yeah, we cool, man? He's like, we already found the guy that we're looking for, because that guy really is the guy that killed the main gang leader, the guy at the fucking, you know, at the show where all the gangs were. And then he's like, Warriors, you're cool to leave. And then he does that. They leave. They walk off into the sunset. They take care of the guy that got the knife in his hand. And I'm like, well, yeah, it serves you right. You shouldn't have killed the fucking gang leader. So now this black gang is going to fucking kill your ass, which they do, because they all, like, huddle around the fucking guy. And then the Warriors walk off into the sunset, and I was like, that's a pretty badass ending. I mean, the song was cool, but I like more the scene. The scene's like, well, you get what you deserve, don't you? You shouldn't have fucked with the Warriors. You shouldn't have killed the fucking gang leader. So there you go. That guy was starting shit when he didn't have to start shit, you know? So there it is. So, yeah. Let's see here. Larry says, I'm tired of Groundhog Day. I'm bored. Well, how many times have you watched it, Larry? That's a good movie, Groundhog Day. I do. I love Bill Murray's Groundhog Day. How do you know I'm not a god? Ha! Oh, please. And then he's like, how do you know? Because it's not possible, you know? And then, like, she gets up, and then he starts, like, telling everybody in the fucking diner. My favorite scene is where he's just stuffing his face, you know? Like, because the next day, you know, Larry, it erases. So he's got this whole breakfast shit. He's stuffing his face, and then he takes the fucking sausage, like, gives it to her. And then she's like, I like a man that just throws caution to the wind. It's inspiring. And he's like, my years are not advancing more than you think. And then she's like, well, what makes you so special? And he's like, well, that's what makes me so special. And he takes this little funnel cake, and he's like, I don't even have to floss. And he shoves the whole cake in his mouth. And then she's like, ugh. And he's like, what? What? And then she does a poem. And then she's like, what, you don't like poetry? And he goes, I love poetry. So that's probably my favorite scene. Because he's given up. He's like, and I watched the bonus features, Larry. When they wrote it, they actually give a time frame of how many days he lived the same day. And the director, Harold Ramis, says, it has to be more than 100. It has to be more than 100 whenever you write the script. And the guy that wrote the script said, I made it to where he starts here, and by the time he finishes and it's the next day, it's about 1,000 days. The same shit 1,000 times, 1,000 times. So when you watch that movie, that's why he's got it memorized, because he's done it over and over and over and over again. And it's about 1,000 days consecutively. And then it never tells you how the time loop is broken. It just breaks. And then he gets the girl, and then, they live happily ever after. So, yeah. Danielle says, great movies. We prefer Ghostbusters 2. Don't even go there, Danielle. I know you just said that because I like don't even go there. Ghostbusters 2, it's good. It's all right. Nothing will surpass Ghostbusters 1. End of conversation. I can't believe you betrayed me like that, Danielle. Unbelievable. I'm erasing that comment. No Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters 1. I like Ghostbusters. Yeah, Vigo, the pink slime. It's okay. It's all about fucking Slimer and his green slime and Venkman and fucking Ray Stantz, my favorite Ghostbuster. Ray Stantz, I think, is way better than Peter. Ray's fucking great. He's the heart of the Ghostbusters. He's the best. He's the best. Number 1, all the way. All the way. All the way. Chicken Wizard says, love it. I'm glad you watched it, buddy. Oh, I did, Chicken Wizard. I loved it. I thought it was great. Whenever Halloween comes around, I'm going to watch it again. If I had to pick a second favorite gang out of this, Warriors would be first. The guys, I forgot, what's the baseball gang called? The creepiest fucking guy. He's got this yellow paint on his face with a big black eye. A massive black eye around. So it's yellow paint, and he's swinging the bat around. And I almost wrote down as one of my favorite scenes, if I had to pick a fourth favorite scene, it would be when the baseball gang chases them into the park, and the Warriors are like, man, I'm sick of this running away shit. Fuck this. And the one guy that gets arrested, he goes, I'm sick of this pussy running away shit. And then an all-out battle takes place. The baseball guys are swinging the bats and shit, and they're just beating the shit out of the baseball guys. That's probably my fourth favorite scene. So yeah. But I almost wrote that one down, but Chicken Wizard, since you got here, my 3 favorite scenes is Mark the Territory, when they're in the graveyard, the Lizzies try to kill the Warriors, and then the ending. The ending shot is fantastic. Fantastic, by the way. So, yeah. No, Chicken Wizard, you recommended this, and Visions recommended it. I love it. Big thumbs up. Big thumbs up. Let's see here. Nancy says, hard to believe Groundhog's Day came out 30 years ago. Seems like yesterday. That is crazy, man. That is crazy. Well, I mean, Ghostbusters came out in 1984. So I was born in 83. They filmed it. I think it took them 6 months to a year to film Ghostbusters. So I was born in October 28th in 1983. And that movie came out in 84. So that my favorite movie is old as hell. So yeah. So yeah. I saw that, Chicken Wizard. They raised the price of the Dirty Works release. I like that one too, Visions. I do. It's Norm Macdonald is in it, and he's fucking hilarious. I'm telling you, I like all the shit that Norm Macdonald did, Visions, but 2 of my favorite things that Norm Macdonald's did. It's just the most fucking hilarious line of dialogue he said. He taps Billy Madison on the shoulder. He's like, hey, you want to fill up? He goes, you want to fill that bucket up with beer? Get that donkey all messed up? And he's like, kind of looks at him weird, and he's like, maybe later. Well, I'll go fill a bucket up with beer then. And he fucking walks off. I'm like, that's hilarious. I like that. And then I loved him playing on Celebrity Jeopardy on SNL, and he played a weird version of, what's the guy in Smokey and the Bandit? I'm having a brain fart. What's that guy's name? Burt Reynolds. So he played a weird, crazy versions of Burt Reynolds on Celebrity Jeopardy on SNL. Those two things, visions that Norm Macdonald's did, was hilarious. And I do like Dirty Work. If I had to pick a third favorite of what he did a cameo in Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo, where he's like, no, you don't seem to understand. If you don't pay me right now, I'm going to take this swivel stick, and I'll be shoving that right up your pee hole. And then there's like a long, 10-second pause, and then Deuce Bigelow's like, so that was $11.50, right? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, all right, well, here's this, and I'm going to go work on your tip. And then the fucking guy walks away. So those are because Norm Macdonald's fucking hilarious. But those are 3 or 4 things that I love that he did. But he was hilarious on SNL. Hilarious. All right. I need to use the restroom. I'll be right back, and then I'll finish this up. So you guys just study the Warriors, and I'll be right back. I need to use the restroom, so just study the Warriors, and I'll be right back. Ugh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, Visions, it sucks. It sucks that Norm Macdonald has passed away. Literally, I can almost, I don't know if you guys want to hear it, but his impression of Burt Reynolds is hilarious. He's like, check it out. Check this out. And then the guy playing the Jeopardy host is like, Mr. Reynolds is apparently changed his name to Turd Ferguson. He's like, yeah, that's right. Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name. And then later on, he buzzes in, and he's like, Mr. Reynolds. And he's like, yeah, that's not my name. And the guy's like, okay, Turd Ferguson. And he's like, yeah, what do you want? You buzzed in. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. And then it cuts to Alex Trebek. I hate my life. I fucking love that skit. That skit's great. It's one of the best things he's ever done, Visions. I mean, Norm Macdonald did a lot of great shit in his lifetime, but Billy Madison kicks ass. I love that character in Billy Madison. I love him as Burt Reynolds, a.k.a. Turd Ferguson. And then Dirty Work is fucking hilarious. I hate to curse, but it is. It's amazing. Chicken Wizard, I hope you're doing well. All right, let's finish this up and move right along. Danielle says, we loved Ghostbusters Frozen Empire too. Now, Danielle, I did like that. I did. The only ones that I really didn't like, I like Ghostbusters. That's my favorite. I like Ghostbusters 2, not as much as Ghostbusters 1, but I like Ghostbusters 2. I didn't care for the remake because there's no fucking reason to remake Ghostbusters. It's a classic. So I didn't like the remake of Ghostbusters. I liked a few of the cameos that the original guys did. The cameos are right. I like Slimer's cameo in it, and that's about it. But as a movie whole, I didn't like it. And then Ghostbusters Afterlife, it's okay. But I liked Frozen Empire a hell of a lot more. But Ghostbusters Afterlife, it was alright. It was okay. It sucks that, Egon is now a spirit. But I like that they added him in there because the guy that played Egon unfortunately passed away. R.I.P. Harold Ramis. He was a great actor, a great director, and he helped Dan Aykroyd write the script for Ghostbusters, and he wrote the script for National Lampoon's Vacation, and I think, if memory serves me right, I think that was Chevy Chase's first, besides Saturday Night Live, I think that was his first motion picture, was him playing Clark Griswold. I think. I'm pretty sure. But yeah. Anyway, let's continue on. Let's see, where did I leave off? I saw that Chicken Wizard. They raised the price of dirty work. Let's see. We love Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. See y'all later. Having a tough time keeping up. Wow, Larry's trolling. Later, Larry. Have a good one. You don't want to be here? You don't have to be here. Later. I don't know. Larry's weird sometimes. He's really fucking weird. Sometimes he's cool with me. Other times he's like, yeah, I'm bored. Well, if you're bored, then fucking leave. If you don't like talking about movies, Larry, you're watching the wrong guy. I usually, 11 times out of 12, I like talking movies with my friends. You don't want to be here? Get the fuck out. Anyway. Chicken Wizard says, I saw that too, Visions. I picked up a few, plus the Blu-ray and 4K I've been wanting. Vision says, nice. There you go. I don't know if I've seen that one, Chicken Wizard. The one that you said, what was the one you just said? Hang on. The Syndrome? Vinegar Syndrome. I may have to watch the trailer. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. I don't think. You know what? I'm gonna watch the trailer as soon as I get finished with the Warriors. I'll watch that trailer because I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Is that one good, Visions? Danielle says, yeah, we liked how in a way they included him in the movie Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Yeah, they did. They included him in Afterlife, Danielle, and they included him more in Afterlife, but they gave a little nod to him in Frozen Empire too. So I just like Frozen Empire. The ghosts were way cooler, way creepy, way scarier in Frozen Empire. Frozen Empire, Ghostbusters has always been half scary and half funny, So I think there's more humor in Frozen Empire. Don't get me wrong. I liked Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's in my collection. I just like Frozen Empire more. So yeah. They make and sell Blu-rays and 4K. I'm gonna watch the trailer. I'm gonna see what this is all about, Chicken Wizard, because I've never seen that movie. So yeah. All right, let's get back to this. So, those are my 3 favorite scenes. I gave it a 9.6 out of 10, The Warriors. Oh, I highly recommend it. Let me write that down. I highly recommend it. I'm glad I could finally finish it. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay. I thought it was a movie. My bad. Thank you, Chicken Wizard and Vision, because I was about to search the trailer. They say it's a production company that puts out newest dirty work release. Okay. This Arrow company right here, they've been taking a lot of old movies, and the Arrow company puts a lot. Like these last few that I've been getting at Barnes & Noble, almost always, not every single one of them, but almost every single one of them, the Arrow company has been putting like all the old that girls' night out one where the guy dresses in the bear costume and is killing all the idiot college fraternity like sluts, or they're fucking morons. They deserve to die. What was that noise? I better go check it out. I'm like, you're an idiot. Why would you go check? You just heard some lady screaming her lungs out. It's fine. I'll go check it out. I'm like, you're gonna die in about 8 seconds if you go through that door. So yeah. So I think Arrow made that one too. I could be wrong, but I've gotten a lot of movies recently with the Arrow thing. So, and then I think Scanners and the other one I got, Chicken Wizard. I think the other one where the guy the video drone, whatever, the guy dies in the video zone or whatever. I think that was made by that company. I'm pretty sure. But yeah. That they do, Bukaki. Arrow has a decent streaming service, too. There you go. Yeah, but they make a lot of movies. Well, they don't make them. They distribute to them, I guess, is the best way to call it. All right. Let's see. What's next? I'm going to take a break from the movies, and I'm going to pull up 10 things you didn't know about Little House on the Prairie. I thought this was very interesting. I always like to learn. I'm one of the rare guys. I never hated school. I always enjoyed school. I know some people did not like school, but I always enjoy learning something about my favorite passions, movies, or anything. You know, that's how you learn. That's how you expand. I never had a problem with school. Now what I didn't like about school was some of the subjects. I didn't like math. I fucking hate math. If math was a person, I would have punched it in his face because I fucking cannot stand math. So Danielle, I know you're trying to be a teacher. I cannot stand math. I fucking hate it. Me and math do not get along. But any other thing, I enjoyed. So yeah. So I always like learning about stuff. So I try to, every once in a while, pick a topic. I learned something, you guys learned something. So top 10 things you didn't know about Little House on the Prairie. All right, here we go. So it says top 10 things you didn't that you didn't know about Little House on the Prairie. So here we go. Number 1. Little House on the Prairie began a 9-run on NBC starting in 1974. Nobody believed in the pilot episode. Nobody believed in the story except for Michael Landon and the producer. The actual conception of the show was widely based on the true life story books that Laura Ingalls Wilder wrote when she was 60 years old. And Michael believed in it and the producers, and they made it a reality. So it was only supposed to be like 5 years. And people loved it so much that they did nine seasons, and then they did 3 TV movies after the 9 seasons. So I'm about to start season 6 because I just reviewed season 5 for you guys. So number 2, Michael Landon's hair color was an issue. Michael Landon prematurely his hair turned gray while he was filming Little House on the Prairie and Highway to Heaven. And they had to dye his hair. And in his 20s, he started dyeing his hair because in his 20s, his late 20s, his hair started to turn gray. So they said, unfortunately, after about 3 days in the California sun, his hair would turn purple. He even let a professional person that works on hair color his hair for every single episode of Little House. So I don't know why, but it doesn't say why, but in his late 20s, his hair started turning gray. There you go. Number 3, it says Michael Landon's height was an issue. It says reportedly Michael Landon's height was 5'9", almost 6 foot. And they said people back then on the prairie were not that tall. And they said that his height was sometimes an issue. I don't know why that would be an issue. Like, people today and people, back then, I'm sure there was some tall people. I'm just saying. So, yeah. All right. Let me see here. Let me scroll down. So that was number. I can't even remember what number I was on. I'm so tired. Oh, number 4. There was a lack of romantic chemistry between Melissa Gilbert and her on-screen husband, Dean Butler. Melissa Gilbert and Dean Butler, they played a couple on TV, but behind the scenes, they were just good friends. There was no romantic interest whatsoever. I mean, they're actors. They have to act. So, I get it. All right, let me scroll down here. Let's see here. Number 6, Walnut Grove is a real town. I recently found this out. They said Little House on the Prairie was filmed on an old rented ranch in California. It was a fictional locale of Walnut Grove. However, Walnut Grove is a real town in Minnesota where the real Laura Ingalls Wilder wrote her books and lived for her entire lifetime. She did move around a lot, but she would always come back to Walnut Grove, Minnesota. Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be a cool vlog to actually go there. And it says here they have a little sign that pinpoints where her actual house was in Walnut Grove, and they have a museum there. That would make a cool vlog to actually go to Walnut Grove, Minnesota. Besides that, I'm sure there's nothing there, but yeah. All right, number 7. Let me scroll down here. They literally blew up the set in the final episode of Little House on the Prairie. Well, it's not the final episode. It's the final TV movie. Because they finished up with 9 seasons. And then they had 3 TV movies. And they never really ended the show on a footnote. So this says, in the final episode, which is the TV special movie, Little House on the Prairie, the residents blow up the entire town, being forced to leave by a rich landowner that wants to buy up the land and demolish the town and rebuild his own town for the railroad. So it's a town for the railroad. They got the idea to film the set's destruction and use the footage for the show because they didn't want... Little House on the Prairie was so special, they didn't want another TV show to use their sets, and they thought it would be a good tail end to the whole series by destroying the sets, and by destroying the sets, using that in the story somehow. That's cool. Pretty cool. All right, number 7. Melissa, well, she was so young when she filmed this. They said masking Melissa's age. They said most of the Little House on the Prairie cast did not have to deal with growing up on a show. Melissa Gilbert played the infamous role of Laura Ingalls Wilder. Throughout the years, she entered her teen years well before her TV counterpart was supposed to in the episodes. To make sure she kept up her youthful looks, she had to blind her chest tight. They had to bind her chest so they wouldn't show too much. And then whenever she became a woman and married Alfonso, then they showed her boobies. So they had to bind them down. Wow. There you are. All right, number 8. It says let's see, where am I? Number 8. The person that played Carolyn Ingalls, which played the mom, Carolyn Grasso, who played Kara Ingalls, auditioned for the show under her stage name, Gabriella Tree. So that was her stage name. I guess her real name was Karen Grasso. Michael Landon reportedly wanted a more wholesome, less hippie name and asked her to change back to her given name, well known as Karen Grasso. Gabriella Tree. Yeah, Karen Grasso sounds better. That's me, though. That's me. All right, number 9. Melissa Sue Anderson. Melissa Anderson, who played which played Mary Ingalls, the blind girl, dropped the Sue from her professional name in her adult years. She continued her acting career, appearing in several TV shows, such as the TV movies of Little House on the Prairie, Love Boat, doing voice work for animated series, but she decided to eventually drop the Sue out of Melissa Sue Anderson. I don't know why she would do that. I mean, that sounds fine to me, but okay. And then number 10. It says, in the opening credits, you see all the little girls run down the Prairie Hill, and they were all supposed to run down, but unfortunately, the little girl that played Carrie, Lindsay Greenbush, accidentally tripped and fell, and they thought it was so funny that they decided to leave it in the opening credits. So when you see him run, you see Michael Landon and his wife in the story. They ride up on the hill, and you see them in the horse and buggy in the carriage. They smile. It says starring Michael Landon, starring Karen Grasso. Then it cuts over to the hill. You see all the little girls run down the hill, and it says them. And then when it got to Lindsay, I guess she tripped and fell. And according to this, it says that Michael Landon thought it was so funny. He's like, let's just leave it in. Let's just leave it in. So the opening scene was kind of an accident. So there you go. Top 10 things you didn't know about the show. There we go. There we go. All right, let me catch up with the chat because I had something open and I couldn't see your guys' comments. I wasn't mad at Larry. Just Larry kind of, I don't know if he likes to troll sometimes. We'll be totally cool. And then he's like, yeah, fuck you, Fears. Your show's boring. I'm going to go. Like, that's really fucking weird. Like, all right, well, usually you don't have a problem with my show, Larry. And then, yeah, it's boring, Fears. Fuck you. I'm out of here. Okay, bye. I don't know. It's a little weird. It's really weird. Larry's kind of an out there kind of guy. He's a nice guy, but he's really weird sometimes. Let's see here. Where did I leave off? Danielle says, no worries. Everyone has their favorite subjects and least favorite subjects. Yeah, just math is not my forte, Danielle. I was like, listen, Fears learns the basic. Adding, subtraction, division, fractions, how to tell time, how to deal with change and money. I'm good. Everything else, fuck math. You know? They even made me take math for film school. I had to take 2 math classes. Algebra 101 and calculus. When the fuck are you going to use calculus in a film degree? Never. Never. Even algebra too. But they said, well, in order to get your film degree, you have to take Algebra 101 and Calculus 101. Whew. And it was hard. I got a B+, I believe, in both of them, but I had to hire a tutor, Daniela. I remember calling my mom and dad saying, I don't know if I'm going to pass this class, and then my dad suggested, go to the dean and ask if there's any way you can get a tutor. They did have a tutor, and that tutor helped me pass my math classes, thank God, because I was like, I said, all this shit is Egyptian symbols to me. I'm like, I can't fucking figure out this shit because I hate math that much. Anyway. Let's see. Russ says, you ever have a nickname back in the college days? when you were wild and free? No. No. My buddy Eric had a nickname for me, and I did not like it. Let's see. Oh, the lack of chemistry between movie couples is very common. Patrick Swayze and Jen Grey did not get along. Well, the thing is they did get along, Daniela, just as they, like, Melissa Gilbert and that Dean Butler guy, they were friends off camera. They just were like, well, we're playing characters, but I have no romantic interest in you whatsoever. And then Dean Butler was like, well, yeah, I get it. Like, we're just friends. Like, but I have no problem playing your love interest on camera because that's the job. You have to do the job. But no, they actually did like each other. But no, I get what you're saying. Patrick Swayze and Jean Grey did not get along. They actually got along, though. Dean Butler and Melissa Gilbert. Is that the Roadhouse guy? Well, he's Russ. He's also the guy in Ghost. The guy that got killed unfairly, and then he has to, like, come back and warn his fiance Molly that someone's out to get her and all that crap. So yeah. Let's see. Vision says, block that article from your chat. That's a little too much information. Don't even go there. Oh, Lord, Visions. I've seen it a long time ago, Russ. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've seen Roadhouse. Rip throats out the claw. The claw. I don't remember that part. It's been a minute, but I've seen it. You've never seen that movie, Russ? Ghost? It's got Whoopi Goldberg in it, Patrick Swayze, and Demi Moore. It's a good movie. So yeah. Oh man, I'm getting tired. I think I'm gonna do. I'll review this, and then I'm gonna save all the reviews for the rest of the reviews for tomorrow because I'm getting tired and I'm getting hungry, and I'm gonna pick out some movies to watch tonight, and then I'm gonna watch them, and I'm off to Betty Buys. So yeah. So tomorrow I watched Too Fast, Too Furious. So I'll review that tomorrow. I'll review Flight Plan tomorrow, so I'll review those. And I'm gonna review this tonight, and then I'm gonna get on out of here. So what movies should I watch tonight? Let's see. I'm gonna watch Flight of the Phoenix, so I'll watch that. And let's see here. What else do I want to watch? Oh. You know what? I haven't seen this in a while. And I haven't reviewed it for you guys. I'll watch Buried tonight. So Buried and Flight of the Phoenix. That's what I'm watching tonight. I haven't seen that movie in quite a long time. All right. Here we go. I'm going to review this, and then I'm gonna call it a day. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Larry, you're weird, buddy. You are fucking weird. All right. Vacancy. I don't know, it's just a little weird, like, oh, I'm bored. Well, if you're bored, then you don't have to announce it. You can just be like, hey, Fierce, I'm taking off. All right, cool. You don't have to insult my show. I like Larry, but he's really fucking weird. Really fucking weird. And I've actually hung out with him in real life. He's nice, but every once in a while he gets in these pissed off moods. I don't know what the fuck his deal is. All right. Vacancy. Stars Luke Wilson, Kate Beckinsale. Hopefully that's how you pronounce her name. It's got horror elements. It's not a full-on like ring like horror movie, but a psychological thriller with horror aspects. So, thriller, psychological, it's action-packed. I wouldn't call it an action-adventure, but it's action-packed. So, action-packed. Horror movie aspects. And what's really scary about this movie, this could actually happen. It's terrifying to think that something like this would happen. These two are a couple. They're going through a divorce. They're about to get divorced. They're on their way home from a party, and they were celebrating her mother's party or something. Like I think she turned like 60 or something. And then he's all like, it feels kind of weird to be at that party. Everybody thought we were still a couple. And then she's like, well, it's over. Like, we'll tell everybody that we're going to get a divorce soon. They break down on the side of the road, and they come to the Pinewood Hotel. And on the outside, everything looks normal. The hotel, it's a bit outdated. And he just says, well, why don't we just gut it out here, and then we'll get the car fixed in the morning. Everything starts off normal, and then as the night goes further and further on in the night, they quickly realize, holy shit, these people that own the hotel are fucking psychos. And what they do is they make snuff films, basically. They kill and rob the people that show up at their hotel. And not only do they kill and rob and take all the money and kill them, they actually film the killings and make like snuff horror movies, and then they sell them out to people. So it's like a business. And so they have to find a way out of the hotel room and off the property so they can get help. So yeah. So it's because something like that could actually happen. It's crazy to think about it, but somebody could take an abandoned hotel and be like, oh yeah, we're open, yeah. Shudder the thought. I wouldn't want anyone to go through that because that's fucking psycho. But the movie is 10 times scarier when you think, well, that could actually happen. So I'm going to write down, it could actually happen. Not that I would want it to happen, you know. I'm going to give it a B+. It wasn't like the best psychological thriller, but it's not the worst. It's still a very enjoyable movie. I'm going to give it an 8.9 out of 10. So 8.9 out of 10. Luke Wilson is a very good actor. Kate Beckinsale, she has a great American accent in this. She's really British, but you can't tell that she's British in this film. She has an American accent in it, and I was like, damn, you did a good job hiding your British accent. So they play a good couple, because eventually some good comes out of it. Like, they finally realize all of our problems are nothing compared to the problem that we have right now. So really, all this psycho shit helps them rekindle their relationship. And he basically says in the movie, if we get out of this alive, it's a fresh start for us both. Any problem that we had in the past, we'll work it out because nothing will be as bad as what we're fucking going through tonight. So, I like that aspect. I like that they rekindle their relationship, even though all this psycho shit is happening around them. So, my two favorite scenes, the first one, because it's so creepy. Well, I thought they would have the hotel manager on this back. They don't. When they get to the hotel, the guy that plays the hotel manager, he's like a two-faced person. He acts all nice and calm and shit, you know, when they check into the hotel. And then you finally realize, holy shit, that guy's out of his mind. And then his two brothers that help him run the hotel in this scam, they're just as psycho as the hotel manager. But the guy that they got to play the hotel manager is so fucking creepy. But he doesn't like in a way where he acts all nice, but you can tell right off the bat there's something off about this guy. Like he's nice when they check in, but he's overly nice and he's got that creepy vibe to him, you know. So when I like the scene when the couple checks into the hotel, because it's kind of reminds me of like the old ass movies, like the old Psycho movies, and kind of it had Norman Bates kind of vibes to it. So it had Psycho, Norman Bates vibes to it. That's the best way to put it. Psycho, Norman Bates vibes. Checking into the hotel was probably one of my favorite scenes. It's a really good scene. Goes on for about 5 or 6 minutes. Checking in. I'd say scene number 2. Probably when Luke Wilson's character discovers what they're actually doing. Like, the hotel manager's like, I'm going to check you into the honeymoon suite. It's got a few perks to it. They get in there, and she's like, why don't we just go back to the car? She's like, I don't want to stay here. And he's like, listen. He goes, let's just gut it out here. He goes, what's the point of going back to the car? He goes, we can't fix it. So he's like, let's just gut it out here, and then in the morning, we'll, like, hitchhike to a truck stop or a mechanic shop, and we'll get them to fix the car. And so then she's like, well, I'm sleeping in my clothes because I'm not sleeping on this bed because I'll just lay on the floor because this place is disgusting. And literally inside the hotel room, it's like it's been frozen in time, which makes it even 10 times more creepier. It's like a hotel room that never left the 70s, and everything is like brown and dirty, and it's literally like the hotel from hell. There's like bugs crawling around, and you see a bug crawl around on the sink. It is like the worst of the worst. So, and then he bends down and he's like, this looks like a little library of classics. So he grabs a bunch of tapes off the VHS, and they're on top of the television. And then he puts a tape in. He goes, this looks like a library of classics. He puts a tape in, and it's one of the tapes of the snuffed horror films, but it's a real horror film because they're really killing the people. And he goes, wow, I bet this gets the honeymooners in the mood. And then she goes, what is that you're watching? He goes, some horror movie, I guess. And then he quickly realizes that the hotel room in the movie is the same hotel. And she's like, what is that? And he goes, oh, shit. And you can tell on Luke Wilson's face when he quickly realizes what's going on. She's like, this can't be real. He goes, I think that's the same hotel room that we're in. She goes, this has got to be a joke. And he's like, I don't think so. And then she's like, is that the same? She goes, is that the same? She goes, is that the same room? And then he's like, it sure looks like it. And then they quickly realize, they're like, oh shit. Yes, Daniela, watch it. It's good. I wouldn't have your son watch it, but Daniela, you watch it. Because I don't know if your little son could handle it, but Daniela, you're an adult. You could definitely... It's a good psychological thriller. It's a good one. It's really good. I like how they mixed it with it could actually happen, even though nobody would want it to happen, with the old kind of Norman Bates kind of vibes, So instead of finding out that Mrs. Bates is dead, you find out that the nice old 70s roadside attraction hotel is really a hotel of nightmares. So I like the twist on it, but it would be fucking terrible if it actually happened to me or somebody in real life, because that's what makes it scary, though, because when I'm watching, I was like, oh shit, this could actually happen in real life. It's not a demon. It's not some paranormal shit. It's just psychos that own a hotel, and they rob and kill people, and then they film it, and then they sell the snuffed horror films to crazy assholes, you know? So, yeah. So that's probably my second, because, like, Luke Wilson's a good actor. You can tell. He pops in the tape, he's like, yeah, this is a real library of classics, and then he's watching the horror film, and he kind of does this, he kind of does that. He's like, wow. He's like, I bet this gets the honeymooners, you know, in the mood. And then all of a sudden, he just kind of tilts his head like this because he realizes, like, oh shit, that looks like the same hotel room I'm in. So he kind of goes like that. He kind of leans in like that, like, really? So it's a really eerie feeling, like kind of a cold shiver went down my back. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Shit's about to hit the fan. So yeah. So I'm going to put it watching the old horror movie classics. That's how I would name that scene, because he quickly realizes it. Daniela says, yeah, I won't watch it with my son. Good. I'm like, Danielle, because, I mean, I don't know how old your son is, because you've told me he's kind of a little guy, but, Daniela, you'd be fine to watch it, but I wouldn't recommend your son watching it. Not for a very long time. So, yeah. But it's a good movie. And I'm telling you, Danielle, when you watch it, she's British. She's British, but you cannot tell that she has a British accent. She's got one of the best American accents I've ever seen. Like, whenever Kate Beckinsale acts with Adam Sandler in Click, she's got an American accent in that. Because she plays Adam Sandler's wife in the movie Click. You cannot tell that she's British. She's got her American accent like down like that. It's really good. Really good. So, yeah, I gave it about a B+, 8.9. It's not the best psychological thriller, but it's up there. It's pretty good. I highly recommend it. It's pretty good. It's a good movie to watch, so I recommend it. There we are. Well, that'll about sum it up for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm not mad at Larry. Just, Larry, if you want to be here, great. If you don't want to be here, just say, hey, I'm going to take off, Fears. You don't have to insult the fucking stream, you know? I try to make it as action-packed as I can, but Larry doesn't like talking about movies, I guess. Me, Visions, Chicken Wizard, everybody else doesn't have a problem talking about movies. That's all I'm going to say. Because I love movies. Clearly, I love movies. So I'm going to talk about movies. 1, because I like them. 2, it's my show. 3, guess what, Larry? It's my fucking show. So there it is. Anyway, so I'm not mad, Larry. It was unnecessary. I'm just like, really fucking weird to say that. Like, beyond belief fucking weird. I'm just going to throw it out there. It was pretty damn weird. Anyway, I'm going to take off. I got to make some dinner. I got to get a shower. And I'm going to watch, like I said, tonight I'm going to watch Fly the Phoenix and Ryan Reynolds in Buried. I've seen them both before, but I've never reviewed them for you guys. So these two I'm watching, and then I will save this review for tomorrow, and I watched Too Fast, Too Furious last night. So I'm going to save this review for tomorrow, and then I'll review these two and these. So there we are. So anyway, Danielle says she's a great actress. She is. She's a good actress. She really is. But I'm telling you, Danielle, when you watch Click and when you watch Vacancy, when I watched the behind the scenes last night, because I always watch the behind the scenes either after the film or sometimes before. I love all the behind the scenes on how they make movies because I love movies. When she's doing her interview, she's like, oh, hello, my name's Kate Beckinsale. Like, she's got the British accent. When you watch the movie, though, you cannot tell that she's British. That's how good her American accent is. And I'm like, damn, that's pretty impressive, you know? Anyway, shout out to Russ, shout out to Daniela, shout out to Chicken Wizard, shout out to Mr. Lantern, shout out to Visions, shout out to, who else is in here? Shout out to Larry before he made that dumbass comment. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Another successful live. Cheers. And I'm going to take off. Exactly, Visions. Vision says, wow, Larry. Yep. Wow is right. He's pretty weird. Normally me and Larry get along, but I thought that comment was unnecessary. Like, oh, it's boring. Well, if it's boring, you can just leave. I'm sorry. Not every stream's going to be a winner. I try to make every stream a winner, but it's just, I'm like, well, if you're bored, then leave. You don't have to stay here and watch. It's up to you if you want to stay here and watch, you know? So, I don't know. He's a little weird, Visions. He's a little weird. But, you know, Larry's going to be Larry. Danielle says, great stream. Goodbye, my friend. Bye, chat. Thanks, Danielle. I really appreciate your support. I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate the likes. I got 3 likes, so I appreciate that. So, a bunch of people liked it. Again, I'm not mad at Larry, but when he says weird shit like that, I'm like, dude, it's so unnecessary, but it is what it is. Anyway. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and whatever I didn't cover today, I will cover tomorrow. And I hope everybody enjoys their Memorial Day. And I'm gonna be honoring the the troops tomorrow. So ready for that? Hell yeah. So anyway, I'm taking off. But big shout out to the veterans. Big shout out to my dad. And I'm gonna honor all you guys tomorrow. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Fears at FearsMan26, the main channel. Fears Vlogs is channel number 2. Subscribe to Lord Visions at Exhumed Visions on YouTube. And check out his channel, his website, www.exhumedvisions.com. Buy some cool shit, because my buddy Visions, he makes some pretty cool shit. Subscribe to my friend Danielle, Danny Patty Vlogs. Hell yeah. Subscribe to Mr. Lantern on YouTube. The Stream Master. You guys think I'm the Stream Master? My fans call me a legend, and I appreciate the legend status, but I would say Lantern is the Stream Master, if I'm being honest. And then last, but certainly not least, follow the Sega Camp Gamer and Wear Camp on YouTube. And follow his Twitch channel at the Sega Camp Gamer 22. Alright, Fears loves you guys. Fears cares about you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. And this is Fears, signing off. Peace. Deuces. And I'll see you guys later.